Hello everyone, I am KrantHi Director, Max IAS. This is the second video in the series of whether the preliminary question paper of 2026 was tough or not. In the last video, I said clearly that the paper was not tough. It was an easy paper to answer provided you are cool and balanced in the examination hall. आपके examination hall में आपका दिमाग ठंडा है तो वो questions हम आराम से कर सकते थे. ठीक है. Now this is the second part of the video. And in this video, I'll be talking about the standard textbooks. The other day, the chairman was referring to. So UPSC chairman, in his X post, it is specified that questions are taken from standard textbooks. Questions are taken from standard textbooks. So in this video, I'll be showing you that whether the questions are taken from standard textbooks or not. In fact, all the questions are taken from standard textbooks verbatim. Now, this part, this is the image part. So this white color part, it is actually a textbook. So we have photographed the textbook. And we have underlined that electronically. So, for example, you take second question. Second question will be followed by the source from which the question was taken. Matlab, this part represents the textbook from where the question was taken. So in that way, for all the questions of the history part, I would be showing you the standard textbooks from where the questions have been taken. Frankly speaking, especially in the history part, questions are taken verbatim from the standard textbooks. Textbooks se paragraph utha ke, they have framed that question exactly verbatim, line to line, based on that paragraph. That is why the examiner was referring to, the UPSC chairman was referring to the standard textbooks. So we at Max IAS, from the beginning itself, we don't refer to the books which are available in the market. So those are your preparatory guides. We have popular among the aspirants, be it Lakshmikant or Spectrum or whatever, they are very popular. Basically, they are good books. We are not criticizing that. But examiner is not using that books. Examiner's reference books are something else. So we at Max IAS, we focus only on the standard textbooks. Our content is taken from the standard textbooks. Our questions are taken from the standard textbooks. Our classes are based on the standard textbooks, and we have access to that standard textbooks. Exactly, we know what are the textbooks examiner refers to for every subject. So in this video, I would be showing you the history part of the questions. Okay. So in addition to showing the history questions from where the standard textbooks from where the questions were taken, we would be solving the questions also. By using some technique, logic, by careful reading, presence of mind and dimag shanti se. Man shanti se, dimag ठंडा रख के हम सॉल्व करने के लिए कोशिश करते हैं. ठीक है ना. So this is about the standard textbooks. Done. So as I told you earlier, question के नीचे the standard textbook. Question के नीचे the standard textbook. ठीक है. Now the thing is, you can download this PDF by visiting Max IAS website, and under the section of free downloads, you can download this file of UPSC 2026 history questions and reference books. There is a PDF you can download from there, and we also have attached the PDF in the video. You can also download for them. Go through the questions, go through the reference textbooks from where the question has been taken. Just try to identify whether the questions are taken verbatim or not. ठीक है. Question number one. So before starting the questions, what is the level of the questions? In fact, the level of the questions can be considered as moderate to easy. Easy to moderate, whatever it may be. Whatever it may be. They are not tough or very tough. They are not tough or very tough. In fact, there are a few questions. Some 3 to 4 questions. Some 3 to 4 questions can be considered as very tough. Can be considered as very tough. But the remaining questions, that is around 15 to 60 questions, 15 to 16 questions out of the history part can be comfortably answered. Can be comfortably answered. Okay, so this is the first question. This is the first question. Frankly speaking, this is a tough nut to crack. This is a tough question. This is a tough question. Generally, aspirants do not have access to such resources. Do not have access to such resources. So this question is taken from a book on Indian music. This question is taken from a book on Indian music. Maybe Mantam, even I agree that this question is a tough question for people like me also. For people like me also. Okay. So which one of the following Carnatic music ragas is similar to Raga Bilawal in the Hindustani music? So they are just asking the raga, which raga of Carnatic is equivalent to the Hindustani music raga. So which raga of Carnatic music is equivalent to Raga Bilawal? The answer is Dhira Shankarabaranam. Dhira Shankarabaranam. It's a factual question. It's completely a factual question. Okay. Now I'll just show you the reference book from where the question has been picked. Please identify. You also have the PDF. We have uploaded the file. You can download the video. Sorry, you can download the file and you can go through. Okay. So the answer is Dhira Shankarabaranam. This is from where the question has been taken. The question has been taken. So these are the this list represents the Hindustani ragas, and this list represents the commensurate ragas. So in this case, it is Bilawal, and the answer is Dhira Shankarabaranam of the Carnatic raga. Dhira Shankarabaranam of the Carnatic raga. Okay. So this is Hindustani ragas and Carnatic ragas. Anyhow, this image and this question, everything we have in the file. You can download, and you can you can go through the other ragas also, other ragas of the Hindustani music and the commensurate ragas of the Carnatic music. Okay, that may be helpful for you in the other examinations in future. Okay. Yeah. Question number 2. Question number 2. Yahan se, from this question, we will be using our dimag more. We will be using our dimag more, and we will be trying to decode the questions. Similarly, and at the same time, I will be showing you the source book exactly source book exactly from where the question has been picked. Just like copy paste. Okay. So this is the question. I'll just read the question for you. The artificially fixed rupee sterling exchange rate prescribed by Hilton-Young Commission. So Hilton-Young Commission of 1926, it has prescribed a artificially fixed exchange rate between India and the rupee and the sterling. So in this case, what they have done is they have maintained a high exchange rate. This is one of the criticism. Against the Britishers. So it was adopted by the British government for which of the following reasons? Aiding the flow of remittances from India. India se bahar. Now we have expatriates, the Indians living outside, sending remittances to our country. Yes or no? So sending remittances, matlab people go there, work there because of better economic conditions, better salary conditions. Wahan se yahan bhej rahe abhi. So people are sending from there to here. At that time they used to send from India. Most of the people used to work here, especially the Britishers. Okay, so aiding the flow of remittances from India and maintaining India's creditworthiness. आराम से पढ़ो, ठीक है. Providing support to Indian importers, encouraging export of cotton produced from India, preventing depreciation of rupee in terms of gold. So if you have an understanding of economic history of India during the British rule, all the policies of the Britishers were aimed to benefit the Britishers. discourage the Indians, benefit the Britishers and discourage the Indians. So those were the policies adopted by the Britishers. The policies, matlab their ideas, their thought process is clearly reflected in those things what they have done with respect to India. So anything Indian, favoring Indian, they are not going to. Anything favoring Britishers, they are going to take up that. Okay, this is the logic we shall use here. Now the thing is, artificially fixed exchange rupee rate for which of the following reasons is providing support to Indian importers. Indian, no benefit to India. Indian, if you see Indian, nine. Encouraging export of cotton produced from India. Benefit India, 9. Prevention of depreciation of rupee in terms of gold. This is a different story. This occurred in 1931. That's a different story. Okay, this is not related to this part. So this cannot be the answer. Aiding the flow of remittances from India and maintaining India's creditworthiness, because it should benefit the people who are sending remittances to the British. So that is the reason why Britishers have under the Hilton Young Commission, they have taken up this high. Artificially they have exchange rate was put at a very high. Okay. Now the purpose of this video is to show you, it has a dual purpose. What is that? To show you the resource book from where the question has been picked, and additionally how to solve this question by using the logic. Yes or no? Now I would be showing you exactly verbatim how the question has been picked from a standard textbook. Okay. Artificially fixed high rupee sterling exchange rate by Hilton Young Commission. Artificially fixed high rupee sterling exchange rate prescribed by Hilton Young Commission. Answer: the government tried to maintain this high exchange value of rupee in order to ensure flow of remittances from India and maintain India's creditworthiness. Look at this very carefully. The government tried to maintain this high exchange value of rupee in order to ensure the flow of remittances from India and to maintain India's creditworthiness. Exactly, this part is the question, this part is the answer. This part is the question, this part is the answer. Take a look. You can just see. Artificially fixed rupee exchange rate, flow of remittances from India and maintaining India's creditworthiness. Flow of remittances from India and maintaining India's creditworthiness. Flow of remittances from India and maintaining creditworthiness. Artificially fixed rupee sterling exchange rate. Artificially fixed rupee sterling exchange rate. समझ में आ रहा है? ये देखो, artificially fixed rupee sterling exchange rate. Maintain high exchange rate value in order to ensure the flow of remittances from India and maintains India's creditworthiness. So this is the standard textbook. This image is the standard textbooks. The UPSC chairperson was referring to these standard textbooks. It is from here, it is from the standard textbooks questions will be picked by the examiner for UPSC examination. I'll be telling you what are these standard textbooks. क्या पढ़ना चाहिए आप लोग, क्या नहीं पढ़ना चाहिए, how to change your strategy, how to conserve your energies at least for the future attempts. ठीक है. Now this is the third question. Before talking about these questions, there are certain exams in India and also in different countries. That exam is called as exam with books. Exam with books. मतलब आप लोग बुक कैरी कर सकते हो. You can carry that book. and given the question there, you can refer that book, you can read it there, and based on the demand of that question, you can write the answer. You can write the answer. So there are such type of exams also, and in few exams, they would be providing you the books and ask you to answer. This question is something like that. This question is something like that. They have given a statement. They have given a statement, and from the statement, what conclusion can be derived? From the statement, what conclusion can be derived? Matlab, examiner is testing your abilities to grasp the topic, abilities to analyze a topic. So he is testing your analytical abilities. He is testing your analytical abilities. So the thing is, for answering such questions or any questions or any examination in general, you people have to be very much relaxed in the examination hall. I told you in the class, आप लोगों को, सर एग्जाम से पहले क्या करना चाहिए? एग्जाम से पहले क्या करना चाहिए? कुछ भी नहीं करना चाहिए, आराम से पेट भर खाओ और लेट जाओ. हाँ, I told you. Why? Because in this examination, you have to use your best of your abilities. If your brain is tired and you have not slept the other day, go to the examination very tired, and if questions are like this, how are you going to answer such questions? So, आपका दिमाग ठंडा रखो आप लोग. Try to maintain your calmness, coolness in the examination hall. Okay, any examination, especially objective type examination. Consider the following statements. Polytext. Just identify how I am reading. Polytext contain the first definite references to coins. Examples of such coins are Kahapana, Nikka, Kamsa, Kaka, Nika, Kaka, Nika. So in polytext, there is definite reference to coins. The names of the coins are referred to in the polytext. Text, matlab literary sources. So statement 2 says that the literary evidence from the polytext is corroborated by, matlab it is supported by archaeological evidence of punch-marked coins from many sites. Most of them made of silver. Kahapana, all the terms used are silver coins. Now he says that the literary evidence from the polytext is corroborated by, is supported by archaeological evidence of finding of these punch-marked coins at many sites, some made of silver. Now here the question is, the above statements have been associated with which of the following? The above statements, matlab usage of coins, appearance of coins at many places, is associated with which of the following? Answer is very simple. Emergence of urban life. Why in rural areas don't we need coins for exchange? Not needed. Why? Because in rural areas, the items of exchange are very simple. Through barter, trade can be done in rural areas. As the society progresses, the number of items of trade will be increasing, and the complexity of the items will be from simple to complex objects will be there. So for exchanging such items, barter is not suitable. So for that purpose, the other medium of exchange, that is coins, were introduced. Okay. So basically the necessity of using of coins is because of increase in the trade transactions. Okay. So the increase in the trade transactions is because of urban life. And we have shifted from barter to currency, that is transition to money economy. Matlab changing towards money aid. It does not mean that end of barter. It does not mean the end of barter. Barter still existed, but there is a transition towards money in the economic transactions. So can we come to these two inferences? Can we come to these two statements from the above statements? Yes or no? Definitely yes. Definitely yes. Now just let me know whether the question is easy or tough. Question is easy or tough? Question is easy. Question is easy according to me and according to you people also now. Whereas in the examination hall, थोड़ा बहुत tough लग रहा था. थोड़ा बहुत tough लग रहा था. Now I will be showing you the source book or the standard textbook from where this question has been taken. This question has been taken. ठीक है. An important aspect of urbanism was the emergence of coins. First definite reference to coins. Kahapana nikka kamsa. 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 In this part also you can see. Kahapana nikka kamsa. Exactly or not? So first definite reference to coins. Kahapana nikka kamsa, etc., etc., etc. The textual evidence is corroborated by archaeological evidence of punch-marked coins. Literary evidence is corroborated by archaeological evidence of punch-marked coins. Archaeological evidence of punch-marked coins. Most of them made of silver. Exactly, hai na nahi? Hai nahi hai? Exactly. So this is standard textbook. Have you seen them in your NCERT? Have you seen them in your NCERT? No. Tamil Nadu? No. Examiner has long back stopped using NCERT book as a reference. Especially from 2020. We can see this trend. History questions are not from NCERT. Majority of the history questions are not from NCERT, not from Tamil Nadu. But people are still referring to NCERTs and Tamil Nadu. That's why questions of history, especially from 2020, appear to be very tough. And they have lost hope on history. They stopped reading history. Kaisa bhi? Anyhow, the examiner will give question very tough that we cannot answer. So, examiner is not bringing questions from another planet. Examiner is using the standard textbooks. So, sir, what are these standard textbooks? I can just tell you that these standard textbooks are known to everyone. These standard textbooks are known to faculties. Faculties मतलब अपना UPSC coaching का faculty नहीं. The university faculties. These textbooks are known to senior teachers. Senior teachers मतलब non-social media teachers. Non-social media teachers, senior teachers. They know these standard textbooks. Not only me. They know what exactly are the standard textbooks from where the questions have been. Questions will be picked by the examiner. But after this COVID, the environment has completely changed. And after this COVID, there is a trend of people going for some PDFs, ED-PDFs, entire ancient India, 50 pages, entire ancient India in 15 hours, modern India, 15 hours, marathon sessions. This is how UPSC training is taking place nowadays. But that has completely failed. These marathon sessions have completely failed. PDFs have completely failed. Most of the questions are not from NCERT. Examiner क्या चाहता है हमसे? Examiner wants you people to work hard. So examiner has identified that people are just going through the subject just to crack this exam. How to crack this exam? क्या पढ़ना है, क्या नहीं पढ़ना है, क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्या नहीं इंपॉर्टेंट है. मतलब they are reading mechanically. They are reading mechanically. But examiner wants you people to read the subject, to analyze, to read the subject, to assimilate the subject, to read the subject, to assimilate the subject organically. Not mechanical. So you people, not everyone, most of you people are reading the subject mechanically just for the purpose of examination. Clear the examination and forget about the Indian history, forget about Indian economy, forget about Indian culture. अब पढ़ने का जरूरत नहीं है, जानकारी रहने का जरूरत नहीं है. There is no need for the subject what we have prepared for the at the preparation level. But the thing is, you people have to be with the people, and you people have to be well aware of all these things in your entire career. That's why examiner wants you to understand the subjects organically rather than mechanically. Examiner wants you to understand the subject organically rather than mechanically. So what is the hull? मतलब क्या करना चाहिए? As I told you in the earlier video, थोड़ा और please stretch your preparation level. Please stretch your preparation level. Say no to social media shorts. Insta. What is that other thing? YouTube. क्या कहते हैं इसे इंस्टाग्राम में? रील्स, शॉर्ट्स, 1 मिनट वाला. In 1 minute में आप लोग क्या पढ़ सकते हो? What can you assimilate in 1 minute? What technique? They will tell you some technique. Will the techniques work? Techniques are not going to work. ठीक है. You shun the PDFs. How can entire ancient India can be compiled in just 50 pages? What can you understand? Is it possible to grasp? So what you are doing is mechanically. So shun these PDFs, and most importantly shun these marathon sessions. कुछ भी नहीं होने वाला है marathon sessions से. Entire ancient India, how can you complete in 15 or 20 hours? So it is going mechanically. It is going mechanically in this way. So if you prepare mechanically, you will not get a proper understanding. Without proper understanding, you cannot answer the questions asked in the examination. So there is a need to change your entire preparation strategy. Say no to the social media ads and the videos and the PDFs and the marathon sessions. And the most important thing is choosing your mentor. Don't choose your mentor based on social media presence. Most of according to me, very good faculties, they are not that active on social media. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि the social media faculties are not good. The thing is, don't judge a faculty based on his or her social media presence, or the number of views of a video, ठीक है. Attend the class, connect with him or her, talk to him, and go through the content of that faculty. Go through his style, his andaz, whether it is on the lines of UPSC or not. Okay, so be patient, attend a few classes, and you judge the faculty or the mentor under whom you wish to take guidance for this examination. Okay, so coming back to the questions part, exactly verbatim. Okay, next question. Which of the following temples has a Nagara style? Which of the temples has a Nagara style? The thing is, this question is to an extent tough question. Why? Because this Nagara style and the Dravidian style and the Shikara style we have in three different geographic areas. So this Nagara style in North India, Vesara style in the Deccan, and the Dravidian style in South India. Okay. Now, if it is a South Indian temple, definitely we can come to the conclusion that that is not a Nagara style. Okay. So the thing is, the earliest Nagara style, in fact, one of the earliest Hindu temple is the Dashavatara temple at Deoghar. So the remaining three temples at Badami, Aihole and Pattadakal, they are the Deccan temples. Where we have the Vesara style. Okay. Now the thing is, even though in Deccan there is influence of this Nagara style in Deccan in a few temples, such temples, and one such temple is the Hachmalagudi at Aihole. So this question thoda tough hai, crack karna. Okay. Now I'll just show you the sources from where the question has been framed. Exactly. Nagara style, the characteristic they have given conical or convex shikara, Dashavatara temple at Deoghar, brick temple at Bitargaon, etc. And the Balaji, the Hachmalagudi at Aihole, the Jambulinga, Galganatha, Kashi Viswanatha and Papanatha at Pattankal are adorned with the Nagara Shikara. So in these temples, which I have underlined in blue, here we have this Nagara Shikara. Okay, so this is from this textbook. Examiner has framed this question. It is not from your NCERT, and neither it is from other book, and it is definitely not from your PDFs. And this question is easy question. This question is a easy question, very easy question. You can answer this question in just 5 seconds. Provided if you have a proper understanding of Jainism. Now the thing is, Jainism believes in ahimsa. And according to Jainism, the existence of life will be in 4 forms. One is Deva or gods. Okay. Second is Naraki or hell beings, who stay in hell. They also have life. One is Deva or gods. The second one is Naraki. Third is Manushya or humans. Fourth is Tiryancha, that is animals and plants. That is animals and plants. So life exists in 4 main forms according to Jainism. One is Deva or gods. Second is Naraki or hell beings. Third is Manushya or humans. Fourth is Tiryancha. And Jainism, according to Jainism, there is no mention of Yaksha or demigods. As existence of life. Okay. So question is very plain question. Question is very simple question. Provided you have access to this text, or your mentor or your faculty under whom you are trained, he has taught you this in class. Padhana chahiye tha. Why? Because this is one of the basic ideas of Jainism. If they haven't taught you this in the class, then such classes are questionable. Okay. Second, so this is from the book from where the question is taken verbatim. The question is taken verbatim. देख लो आप लोग. 4 main forms of existence of life recognized in Jainism. Jaina doctrine recognizes 4 main forms of existence. Gods, Deva, humans, Manushya, hell beings, Naraki, animals and plants, Tiryancha. Exactly. That is how it works. That is how UPSC prepares the question. That is how actual talent is tested. Not this ratabazi, these PDFs, elimination techniques, shortcuts. No. They are not going to work. They are not going to work. Shun all this. Chhod do sab kuch, technique, shortcut. They are not going to work. If you still rely on shortcut, technique, and if you still rely on such people, it's up to you to decide. Okay. And the question is Halli Salasya painting. This is a very important question. This is a very important question that has been asked many times in different exams. That has been asked many times in a different exam. The Halli Salasya painting, one of the prominent painting. Basically, it is an easy question or very easy question if you have knowledge of this. Okay. Now the thing is, whether did you come across the term or not. If you come across the term, it's easy. Actually, the thing is, you should have known about this Halli Salasya painting. So why this is important is, now you have Bodhisattva Padmapani at Ajanta. Yes or no? You have an Ajanta painting. Where we have Bodhisattva Padmapani. Now the same Bodhisattva Padmapani image, the same Bodhisattva Padmapani painting, you have at a Bagh at cave number 4. This Halli Salasya painting is outside this cave number 4 at Bagh. The thing is, this Halli Salasya painting, we can see women in 2 circles. In between there will be 2 males, and they are surrounded by women in 2 circles, and they will be dancing joyfully. That is the painting. That is painting at the cave. Inside the cave we have Bodhisattva Padmapani. Outside the cave, that is in the veranda of cave number 4, we can see Halli Salasya painting. So it is a very important painting and reputed painting, have been asked many times in different examinations. Now I'll just show you the source book from where the painting has been taken. On the outer wall of the veranda, of cave number 4, many scenes as yet unidentified either from Jataka or Avadana. Particularly interesting is the Halli Salasya, that is a folk dance in which women playing musical instruments form a double ring around a pair of male dancers. So it's a folk dance. The question is, here the thing is, it's a very simple question. Halli Salasya folk dance. You hi dekh ke hi 5 seconds mein you can answer. Provided if you have known about this, or else it is very difficult. Or else it appears to be Greek and Latin. Now these books, these things are not from your NCERTs. Okay. And this is the question on the usage of place value system. UPSC has given the answer as 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. But we from Max IAS, we have raised objection for this question. For the answer provided by the UPSC in the provisional key. And our answer is answer 2 and 3. Answer 2 and 3. Why? Because anyhow I told you that at Max IAS we would be focusing only on the standard textbooks. ठीक है. So this is the standard textbooks from where the question has been decoded. The question has been decoded. It's a very lengthy. You just go through from the file provided in the link. ठीक है, डाउनलोड कर लो, आप लोग आराम से देखो. Now the question is, the earliest epigraphical use of place value system in India is found in the Malkani Plate of Gujarat. Now the thing is, earlier it was considered, Malkani Plate of Gujarat was earlier considered as the earliest epigraphic evidence of the usage of the place value system. Okay. But further studies have indicated that this Malkani plate is spurious or of a doubtful authenticity. Okay. So rather than Malkani plate, now the Siddhantam plate is considered as the earliest epigraphic evidence of usage of the place value system. These images we have taken from a book called as Indian Epigraphy by Richard Solomon. In this book, it is clearly specified that the Malkani plate is not the earliest, rather it is the Siddhantam plate. So the earliest epigraphic place value system in India found in Malkani from Gujarat. This is the first statement. In the 9th century, place value became general inscriptions all over India. So after this time, from about the middle of the 9th century onwards, epigraphic notation of dates by the place value system have become standard. Verbatim, the second statement. 9th century onwards, place value became standard all over India. Now the place values have been found in Sanskrit inscription in Southeast Asia, it seems, rather than first in India as early as the 7th century. This statement also we have here. Actually, the earliest unquestionable inscriptions dated the new system are not from India proper, but from Southeast Asia. So this question, frankly speaking, it's a very tough question. To answer. Very tough question to answer. Anyhow, I have shown you the standard textbook from where the question has been picked. ठीक है. This question can be comfortably answered. And these two statements, in fact, in these three statements we have in the textbook. The thing is, the third statement does not make any sense. And the statement 1 and statement 2 comply with the demands of the question. Now there is wide occurrence of spindle whorls in the houses and the absence of spinning wheels. Weights and measure scales complete with graduations have been discovered. These houses are built in large part of the baked bricks and relatively spacious courtyards. Spinning whorl is different. Spinning wheel is different. Spinning whorl is a laborious activity. Now, statement 1 suggests that spinning was a laborious activity done at home. Yes, it complies. Statement 2 suggests that the extent of scientific knowledge that Harappans possessed. Why? Because weights and measures complete with the gradations have been discovered, right? So standardization of weights is observed. So standardization of weights can be attributed to the scientific knowledge. Okay. Third statement suggests that emergence of a common property system. Here the third statement speaks of individual houses, whereas this statement speaks of a common property resources. So the answer should be only 1 and 2 are correct. Now the thing is, this question can be decoded comfortably. But the thing is, here I want to show you exactly the textbook from where the question has been picked. So this is the image. So uniform thickness of wave suggests the use of spinning wheel. Various kinds of spinning whorls of spinning thread have been found at Harappan sites. And standardization of units of weights and measures. Weights and measures. So it is from this book. It is from this book the question has been taken and asked. Okay. And this question is on the peasant movements of 1920s. So this question is taken from a standard book, a well-known standard book, available everywhere, but you people will not read. This question is taken from India's Struggle for Independence, Bipin Chandra. Penguin Publishers, Motawala, white color. Exactly. Such books are standard textbooks, not your Spectrum. Spectrum is a good book. Spectrum was a good book. Okay. So Spectrum is not a standard textbook for your exam. There are other textbooks, lot of other books known to many people. It's not a secret. These textbooks are known to many people like me. Okay. You can rely on such people for your training. Now, question is very simple. Which of the following statements about the Eka movement and Bardoli Satyagraha are correct? Eka movement and Bardoli Satyagraha are correct. We'll try to decode this. Eka movement was throughout supported and organized by the Congress. Eka movement was throughout organized and supported by the Congress. Have you read anywhere that Eka movement is supported by the Congress, or Eka movement is one of the major movements undertaken under Congress leadership? In your NCRT or in your classroom discussions or anywhere, is there any? Do you remember? Is there any mention? No. Champaran Satyagraha, Bardoli Satyagraha. Like that, do you have read Eka movement? No. So this statement can be comfortably eliminated then. Now, the Eka movement was provided by the leadership by the Talukdars of Awadh, whereas Bardoli Satyagraha was a movement of landless laborers. Dekhte. Bardoli Satyagraha was a campaign against enhancement of the land revenue, whereas Eka movement was a protest against the excessive extraction of rents. Dekhte. Let's wait. Eka movement was located in Varanasi and Mirzapur of the present day Uttar Pradesh, while Bardoli was in Saurashtra. Statement 2 and statement 4. My dear friends from Uttar Pradesh, you know what is Awadh region. ठीक है. Mirzapur, Kalin Bhaiya, very popular. Is it part of Awadh or Purvanchal? It's part of Purvanchal. It's not in Awadh. It's not in Awadh. Yes or no? Yes or no? So if this is correct, this should be wrong. Or if this is correct, this should be wrong. Yes or no? Yes or no? ठीक है. Now the thing is, Eka movement was provided by the leadership of Talukdars of Awadh. Talukdars of Awadh. Talukdars. Have you seen in the national movement, Talukdar represents a ruling class. Have you seen any ruling class taking up a movement, a mass movement? In the entire Indian history, have you come across? No. You haven't? Yes or no? Yes or no? So this statement, the movement was provided leadership by the Talukdars of Awadh is an incorrect statement. Frankly speaking, this Eka movement is a mass movement of the lower classes. So the leadership by the lower class leaders. Now we are here. Now we have statement C and statement D. Eka movement was located in Varanasi and Mirzapur district of the present day Uttar Pradesh, where Bardoli Satyagraha took place in Saurashtra. Okay. Now, Statement C is Bardoli Satyagraha was a campaign against enhancements of land revenue, whereas Eka movement was a protest against extraction of rents. Extraction of rents. So if you have read Bipin Chandra, clearly it is specified that Eka movement soon developed into a grassroots leadership in the form of Madari Pasi and the other low caste leaders who were particularly inclined to accept the discipline of non-violence that the Congress and etc. etc. That means that Congress has not participated. Eka movement was some of the rural areas of Awadh showed no signs of wanting to abolish the zamindari system. Matlab, Eka movement is not against the abolition of a zamindari system. Actually, the thing is, this Eka movement wanted to stop the illegal extractions or illegal cesses and arbitrary enhancement. Eka movement was a protest against excessive extraction of rents. ठीक है. And this Bardoli is, they are not willing to pay the enhanced land revenue. They were not willing to pay the enhanced land revenue. If you have read Bipin Chandra, it's a question that we can comfortably answer. So by using logic also, we have tried to answer this question, but somewhere we are stuck. मतलब ये this part थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है. Anyhow, Bipin Chandra is a book what you people, all you people know. If you have read that book, this question can be comfortably answered. Basically, we can consider that as a easy question. Now, this question is also a easy question. Actually, this question is directly taken from this book. You see, the Rig Veda speaks of stone pulley, wheel, Ashmaka Chakra, and of its use in drawing up water in a strapped wooden pail, ahava. Given the previous long history of use of ox as a draught animal, that is for ploughing and cart. Okay, have you seen this? Is it visible? If it is not visible, just check the file. Or download the file and check it. Okay. Consider the following statements with respect to Rig Veda. Rig Vedic period. So it says that in the Rig Vedic period, irrigation from the wells allowed agriculture to expand. Matlab, during the Rig Vedic period, irrigation was from the wells also. So because of that, agriculture has expanded. Irrigation from the wells allowed agriculture to expand away from floodplains and strips on river margins into the present Punjab and Haryana plains. Earlier, it was restricted to the floodplains and the strips of the river margins. Okay. So wells provided the agriculture to expand to the plains of Punjab and Haryana, it seems. Okay. According to Rig Veda, drought animal power was employed to drop water out of the wells. Drought animal power, matlab the animals were used for bringing the water out of the wells. Which of the following statements supports the above statements? That is, use of ox for drawing the water out, and expansion of water from floodplains and strips of river margins into the plains of Punjab and Haryana. Which of the following statements supports the above statements? Easy. There is evidence in Rig Veda of the use of Ashmaka Chakra, that is stone pulley, and ahav, that is strap a wooden pail to draw water. Pulley and a strap to pull the water so that it can be irrigated. Support karta hai? Yes, support karta hai. Next is, mention has been made in Rig Veda of the use of implements. Mention has been made in Rig Veda of the use of the implements Parashu or Kulisha or axe and Srini or sickle. In Rig Veda, there is no use of reference of iron. There is no use of Rigvedic iron, where iron was used in the later Vedic period. इतना तो पता है ना आप लोगों को? You know this point, right? Rigveda, there is no use of evidence of iron, and iron is used only in the later Vedic period. Yes or no? So we can eliminate statement 2. You can eliminate a statement 2. Anyhow, how can this axe and sickle used to draw water? वैसा भी eliminate कर सकते हैं. You can eliminate in that way also. ठीक है. And there is history of use of ox even before Rigveda for plowing the land and pulling the carts. So before Rigveda there is use of oxen for pulling the carts, before Rigveda. So it might have been used in Rigveda period also. So during Rigveda period, draught animal power was employed to draw water out of the wells. Yes or no? Yes or no? So this statement also supports. So that is how by presence of mind, by keeping your brain composed and balanced, you can come to the conclusion. So this question, is it easy or tough? It's an easy question. And this is the source book from where examiner has picked the question. You can just see. Draught animal. One need not hesitate in assuming that oxen were put to use to draw the rope over the pulley wheel in order to lift the water out of the well and have it led to the broad channels. This, by enabling land to be irrigated from wells, liberated cultivation from its previous confinement to floodplains and strip of the river canal margins, and so allowed it to expand into the other land where the underground water level was reasonably close to the surface. In Punjab and Haryana plains, the pulley could have brought about a minor agricultural revolution. All these things are reflected in the question. This is a standard book. This is the standard textbooks referred by UPSC. Done. After this question, in the examination hall, most of the students are worried. अरे what is this question? This is what sort of question? क्या बताया था मैं आप लोगों को? आपका दिमाग ठंडा रखो. Keep your brain cool. Identify whether examiner has dropped any hints. Read the question carefully. You can do it. ठीक है, देखते हैं. In the Pleistocene period, either Yamuna once flowed into Indus. मतलब Yamuna river might have directly flowed into Indus, or the Sutlej flowed into Yamuna. Sutlej is also a tributary of Indus. Yamuna once flowed into the Indus, or Sutlej into Yamuna, and one major tributary of either had shifted from Ganga to the Indus, or vice versa. One tributary of Ganga or one tributary of Indus might have flowed into each other. During the Pleistocene period. How can you tell? Yamuna might have flowed into Sutlej, or Sutlej might have flowed into Yamuna, or one tributary of Ganga flowed into Indus, and one tributary of Indus might have flowed into Ganga. This is the assumption. How can you conclude that assumption? Asan hai, very simple hai. Which of the following are the basis of the above assertion? Now the thing is, Nadi Sukta of Rigveda. Nadi Sukta of Rigveda gives description about the rivers during the Rigvedic period. Just a description about the Rigvedic period. What are the important rivers? That's it. Nothing more. So this cannot be. Explorations of the Satluj and Yamuna by Robert Brucefoot. So Robert Brucefoot is not at all related to northwestern India. This Robert Brucefoot's excavations, an archaeologist, his excavations were completely in the Deccan part, the present Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and also to extend in the Gujarat area, the Deccan part. He has never been to North India. I mean, his excavations were never in North India. If you would have known this statement, B and C can be comfortably eliminated. Okay. And the thing is, the presence of same species of dolphins in both Indus and Ganga. Same species of dolphins. You have the same species of dolphins in Indus and Ganga. How can that might have happened? Because Indus is completely different, Ganga is completely different, but you find the same species. What might be the reason? The reason might have been earlier during the Pleistocene period, that is just before the beginning of the Ice Age. What might have happened? These Ganga, the tributary of Ganga might have flown into the Indus, or the tributary of Indus might have flown into Ganga, or Yamuna into Satluj, or Satluj into Yamuna might have happened. Okay. So because of this, the same species we can see in this Indus system and also in the Ganga system. Simple logic. है ना? अब देखो आप लोगों को. Now you see, I'll just show you exactly. From where the question has been taken. You see. At the dawn of Pleistocene, that is before the Ice Ages, could have been much different from that of the present day. For one thing, there could have been great difference in the way rivers flowed in the northern plains. It was in fact once argued that instead of the two major river systems, the Indus and the Ganga Brahmaputra, there were only one system, that is the Indo-Brahma or the Shivalik river, flowing from east to west along the Himalayas, then running south to fall into the Arabian Sea. Such theories are no longer held, but this at least is certain that either Yamuna once flowed into Indus or the Satluj flowed into the Yamuna. ठीक है? Yamuna flowed into Indus or Satluj flowed into Yamuna. Yamuna once flowed into Indus or the Satluj flowed into Yamuna. Exactly. The simple reason for this is that both Indus and Ganga have the same species of dolphins. Exactly or not? That is the significance of reading a standard textbook. Okay? Either you should read standard textbook if you have access to, or you should have access to a person who has knowledge of these standard books, whose classes are based on this standard books. Either you access such person, or you try to identify these standard textbooks and read these books. NCERTs are not going to work, or use your brain to its fullest capacity to the possible extent. Then also you can try the questions. In fact, this question 12, is the only question from NCERT. This question is the only question from NCERT. In NCERT, the themes of Introduction to Indian Culture, Art and Culture, that NCERT book, you can find this statement. It's a easy question. It's a very easy question. which are the empty seats? Empty seats empty seat represents in early Buddhist iconography. I can just show you the NCERT page from where we have taken this. This empty seat shows the meditation by Buddha. It's a easy question. It's a easy question. Okay. Next is, which one of the following is the ancient and modern names of the rivers? Easy question. Easy question. The thing is source book. If you have access to this source book, it's a easy question. It's a easy question. Vitasta Asikini Parushini Yavyavati. Vitasta Asikini Parushini Yavyavati. Vitasta Asikini Parushini or Yavyavati? Serially he have asked. Vitasta Asikini Parushini Yavyavati. Vitasta Asikini Parushini Yavyavati. Now, some people are claiming that we have also given this in our book. In our book. I'm not denying them. In fact, I encourage such people. But what I am trying to tell here is this Yavyavati name. This Yavyavati name you have only in this book. Only in this book. And just see the sequence. Vitasta, Asikini, Parushini. Just see the sequence. Question number 14. Question number 14. Which of the following statements on Amaravati Stupa and its relief sculpture is or are correct? Amaravati is the capital of Andhra Pradesh. Okay. It is located on the banks of river Krishna. So here the question is, it was located in the lower Krishna valley. Krishna river starts in Maharashtra, flows through Karnataka, through Andhra Pradesh, from Karnataka through into Telangana into Andhra Pradesh, Okay. I mean the tributaries of Krishna, Andhra Pradesh, and finally it merges in the Bay of Bengal. So is it in lower Krishna valley or upper Krishna valley? It is in the lower Krishna valley. First statement is correct. Okay. Second statement is, it is in India, it was next only to Sanchi Stupa. Doubtful. Amaravati School of Sculpture made a lasting impact on the later South Indian sculpture, and its products were carried to Sri Lanka and Southeast Asia. Amaravati School of Sculpture made a lasting impact on the later South Indian sculpture, and its products were carried to Sri Lanka and Southeast Asia. Okay. Now, if you look at the statement 3, is there a possibility? Now we have the Gandhara School of Art, the Mathura School of Art, the most prominent art forms in art schools in India. The Gandhara School of Art, very popular. The Mathura School of Art, very popular. So after this Gandhara School and Mathura School of Art, the popular art school was Amaravati School of Art. So given the significance of the Amaravati School of Art, is it possible that it made a lasting impact on South Indian sculpture or not? Yes, it made a lasting impact on South Indian sculpture, and its product were carried to Sri Lanka and Southeast Asia. Ho sakta hai ya nahi ho sakta hai? Is there a chance or not? Yes, there is a chance. We can go with this. Coming to the second statement, it was next only to Sanchi Stupa in a size. Is of some confusion. So we tried our best to decode this part, but whereas second statement we are not sure of. Now the thing is, this question is taken from a very standard textbook. In fact, if you take the Buddhist stupa, the Bharut stupa, three stupas. The Bharut stupa at Bharut, stupa at Sanchi, stupa at Amaravati. These are the three most important stupas and UPSC aspirant should know about. And UPSC aspirant should know about. ठीक है. Actually, examiner has framed this question on the knowledge of these three stupas only. That is taken from a standard textbook. It's taken from a standard textbook. You can just see, in the period between Mauryas and Guptas, much wealth and energy was spent on Buddhist architecture, and the older stupas were greatly enlarged and beautified. Of these, three are especially noteworthy at Bharut in Madhya Pradesh, Sanchi in Old Bhopal state, and Amaravati in the lower Krishna Valley. Amaravati in the lower Krishna Valley. In India, stupa architecture became more and more ornamented. The stupa at Amaravati, which in its final form was completed by 200 AD, was larger than Sanchi. Stupa at Amaravati was larger than Sanchi. Amaravati School of Sculpture, in India, it was next only to Sanchi Stupa. Next only to Sanchi Stupa. Matlab Sanchi Stupa is bigger. What is the what the book has given? The book has given that it was larger than that of Sanchi. So the statement 2 is wrong. The statement 2 is wrong, and 1 and 3 should be correct. 1 and 3 should be correct. So let's check whether third statement was given in that book or not. The third statement is given in that book or not. Okay. The Amaravati school had a great influence. Its products were carried to Ceylon. Ceylon ka matlab Sri Lanka. Its products were carried to Ceylon and Southeast Asia and had a marked effect on the local styles. While its influence on the later South Indian sculpture is also very evident. Verbatim, exactly. Statement 1, statement 2, statement 3. Statement 1, statement 2, statement 3 is taken from standard textbook. This is a very simple question. Very simple question. Same, the source book. Udayinjaral, Senguttuvan, Nedunjariyal. Senguttuvan, Udayinjaral, Nedunjaliyan. Match the following. Udayinjaral, Chera King. Senguttuvan, Chera King. Pandya King is Nedunjaliyan. Senguttuvan, Udayinjaral, they are Cheras. Nedunjalal is Pandyan King. Easy. Definitely it is a easy question. This question number 16 is based on Tripuri crisis. Question number 16 is based on Tripuri crisis. Now the thing is, this Tripuri crisis is the description about Tripuri crisis is mentioned in the popular book what you people refer to for UPSC examination, but based on that book you cannot answer this question. Even I have checked whether this question can be answered based on that your favorite book, UPSC aspirant's favorite book. I don't want to tell that name of that book. आप लोगों को बुरा लगेगा, publisher को भी बुरा लगेगा, ठीक है. Now based on that book we cannot answer this question. I'll just tell you what is the background of this Tripuri crisis. Subhash Chandra Bose was elected as a Congress chairperson. S.C. Bose, he was elected as Congress chairperson. He defeated Pattabi Sitaramaya, a nominee of Mahatma Gandhi. Subhash Chandra Bose has defeated Pattabi Sitaramaya. Subhash Chandra Bose has defeated Pattabi Sitaramaya. This means that his nominee is defeated, means Gandhiji himself was defeated indirectly. Gandhiji himself was defeated. Subhash Chandra Bose is a leftist leader in the Congress. Okay. So there was a rise of left elements within the Congress. Even Jawaharlal Nehru was a leftist leader. So despite his winning as a chairperson of the Congress, Subhash Chandra Bose was not happy. Why? Because he did not have the blessings of the great man Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. After that he resigned. Again, elections were conducted. And the thing is, one nominee of Gandhiji, one nominee of Gandhiji, he has won again. And Subhash Chandra Bose, he came out and he has started his own party called as Forward Bloc. Actually, in fact, he wanted the support of the Congress. He wanted all the leftist leaders of the Congress to support his cause. Whereas the right elements within the Congress, they are to an extent scared of the rise of leftism within the Congress. So the left leaders within the Congress are also not along with the Subhash Chandra Bose. Their position was to an extent undecided whether to go ahead with Subhash Chandra Bose or to be with the Congress. Now Subhash Chandra Bose, what he has done is, after formation of this forward bloc, he tried to consolidate all the leftist elements in the country, left within the Congress. He tried to get the support of the left within the Congress. He tried to get the support of the communists. He tried to get the support of the socialists. All the left-wing elements he tried to consolidate. But the thing is, the left leaders within the Congress have not cooperated. The Royists, the socialists and the Royists, they also did not support, because if they support Subhash Chandra Bose, there might be break in the Congress. If Congress party breaks, the freedom movement will be weakened. So that's why they did not support Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay. Only communists came to the support of Subhash Chandra Bose. This is what was happened at the time of formation of a forward bloc. Okay. Now, examiner has asked the question in this way. Bose failed to win the support of the Mahatma Gandhi. Right statement. Congress left was disunited and failed to support Bose. Right statement. Communists did not support Bose in his endeavors. Communists supported the Bose. Supporters of M.N. Roy and socialist leaders like J.P. Narayan preferred Congress unity to supporting Bose. This is the right statement. Bose failed to win the conference of Gandhi. Congress left was disunited and failed to support Bose. Communists did not support Bose in his endeavors. Supporters of M.N. Roy and socialist leaders preferred Congress unity to supporting Bose. Yes or no? So only third statement is wrong, and 1, 2 and 4 statements are correct. Now I will be showing you exactly all these statements from a single paragraph of a standard textbook. Bose, who had already declared on February 3rd that he considered his electoral victory meaningless if he failed to win the conference of the India's greatest man. First statement. Tried 2 months after Tripuri to set up an agreed working committee. The basic weakness of his position, particularly in the context of disunity within the left. Okay. Was made clear when he failed to take up Gandhi's challenge. You are free to choose your own committee at the Calcutta session of the AICC on 29th April. He preferred to resign and was replaced by staunch Gandhian right-wing Rajendra Prasad. On May 3rd, Bose announced the formation of a forward bloc, initially with the idea of working with the Congress and also uniting the various left groups, for which purpose the forward bloc started a left consolidation committee in June 1999. This received communist support. Communists did not support. Communists received the support. But both the Royists and social leaders like J.P. Narayan gave first priority to the Congress unity and were critical of the formation of the forward bloc. Supporters of M.N. Roy, Royists and socialist leaders like J.P. Narayan preferred Congress unity. Exactly. So this is the book from where the examiner has framed this question. It is a easy question. This is question number 17. This is one of the reasons. The question is on the reasons for 1857 revolt. One of the reasons for 1857 revolt is the disposition of the talukdars. So earlier talukdars, they used to collect the land revenue. Now these taluks were considered as the outsiders, and all these talukdars were dispossessed by the Britishers, and British government directly transacted or directly made an arrangement with the farmers for collecting the land revenue. So the talukdars were dispossessed, and these dispossessed talukdars also, they have participated in this 1857 revolt. This is the background. This is the background. One of the reasons. So this is the source book from where the question has been framed. Same. Bipin Chandra. The annexation of Awadh was followed by the summary settlement in 1856, which led to the disposition of a number of powerful talukdars. The settlement was made with the actual occupiers of the land or the village co-parencies to the disregard of all the proprietary rights, in the same way as it was done a little while ago in northwestern provinces. The prime motive was to gain popularity among the agricultural population and get rid of unwanted middlemen who stood between peasants and the government. As a result, in the Awadh, talukdars lost about half of their estates. They were disarmed and their forts demolished, resulting in considerable loss of status and power in the local society. Forts demolished and disarmed. Forts demolished and disarmed, but were allowed to retain the forts. 9. Okay, statement 2 and statement 3 are correct. So this is directly taken from Bipin Chandra. It is one of the standard textbooks what you people have to follow for modern India. So question number 18. Question number 18 is a easy question. Question number 18 is a easy question. You can find in any textbook. Okay, nothing much to discuss here. And question number 19, that is Pandit Mallikarjuna Mansur. We can consider this as a tough question. In fact, he belongs to Jaipur Atroli Gharana. And this is the standard textbook from where the question has been taken. Jaipur Atroli Gharana, one of the exponent is Mallikarjuna Mansur. And which one of the following texts does the term Kshetra Patni or mistress of the field originate? This is the last question what we are going to discuss in this session. The term Kshetra Patni has been mentioned in which of the following texts? The term Kshetra Patni has been followed in which of the following texts? Okay. Mistress of the field. मतलब something related to the field or working in the field. ठीक है. Rigveda, the status of women in Rigveda, you know. ठीक है. So women were revered, they were given a very good position. So there are chances of women asking women to work in the field are very less. ठीक है. And Rigveda, mostly it is a pastoral economy rather than an agricultural economy. It is a pastoral economy. So it cannot be Rigveda. Probably it might be in the later Vedic period. There are chances. Now, Atharva Veda, that is later Veda. Astadhyayi written by Panini. Is a text on grammar of a Sanskrit. It's a text on grammar of a Sanskrit. So it cannot be. Arthashastra is a book on statecraft. There is mention of some social conditions also, but mostly it is statecraft. It is also cannot be. So the best option what we can go with is Atharva Veda. Why? Because later Vedic period, you know that the position of women has deteriorated to some extent. Yes or no? You have read. So the most probable answer is Atharva Veda. That is how you have to come to the conclusion based on the knowledge what you have. Okay. But I'll show you the text from where the question has been directly picked by the examiner. Okay. So this is the question. The repression of women marked by contempt in which they were thus held was also reflected in the hard work assigned to them. For once, the designation Kshetra Patni or mistress of the field mentioned in Atharva Veda may suggest some respect, but it also plausibly implies that women too worked in the field alongside the men. So this is the book from which, so this book has reference about the Vedic period, and this is the description about the later Vedic society. So this book is a source from where examiner has picked the question and placed it here for you. So this is the discussion about the question paper. This is the discussion about the question paper. So ultimately what we can conclude is questions are not that tough as projected. Questions are not that tough as projected. NCERTs are not working. NCERTs are not working. More questions from standard textbooks. And we have solved most of the questions based on holistic understanding. So holistic understanding is necessary. Holistic understanding is necessary. So shortcuts, marathon sessions, they are not going to work. NCERTs are not going to work. Okay. Questions are not tough, and you people have to change your sources and refer to this standard textbook. So what is a standard textbook? Standard textbooks are the textbooks referred by experts in the field. If you take the history books, with respect to history, the standard textbooks are the books referred by or written by the reputed historians. So if you take this trend, if you take this style of UPSC is expecting, in fact UPSC is democratizing the examination. People who are inherently intelligent, who absorb the subject, who analyze the subject, who correlate the things, who balance themselves mentally and physically in the examination hall, they will be having an edge in this examination. So you people have to change the way you prepare, and you people have to change the way your lifestyle. Just avoid these social medias, these 1 minute reels, these current affairs feeds, etc. ये सब कुछ बंद कर दो. Take the standard textbooks. If you can read, sit in a comfortable place. Try to read the things schematically, step by step, correlating the things, analyzing the thing, grasping them comfortably. That is how you have to read. So if you are not in a position, if you don't have that much time to go through the stuff, to go through the standard books, you can just approach me. I'll be guiding you कैसा पढ़ना है and how to excel in history part. Not only history part, how to excel in this UPSC examination in general. So you all of you people are welcome. You can approach me. I'll be guiding you kaisa padna hai, and to the extent possible I'll help you in clearing this examination. Okay, thank you very much.